Hello everyone, welcome back to Revenue Management and the topic of forecasting. This is a video showing you how to do a booking curve in Excel. Okay, if you don't want to do it by hand, plotting the graph manually, so to say. Because in Excel we need to do it slightly different way with the chart type that we're going to choose. So again, we have the table here next to us with the two different hotels, Hotel Blue or Hotel 1, Booking Curve 1, however you like to call it, and then the orange one just next to it. Okay, so first we're going to select for the two blue columns, then we go to Insert, and then here in the chart types, okay, we need to go with scattered, right? Because we are scattering along, or we're plotting along, putting in the points as we go along for different timescales, and therefore different number of rooms we have going to be occupied or rooms on hand. So when we see you have different options here, you can just do a plain scatter one like this first if you want to see where those lines are going to plot along, okay? Or you can just go directly to one that is with straighter lines or a bit more smoothed out, depending on how you look at it. I like the one with a bit more pointy and sharp edges, if you will, because it shows you better where's a peak and a valley in the graph, and that's obviously better for you to analyze. I'm going to do both options for you to see. Okay, so let's go with the scattered one just now here first. If you just want to rename that maybe here to Hotel 1 or Booking Curve 1, okay? And you can also see that the axis down here goes until -2, which is obviously not really feasible to us because we don't need that, because we're only going to look at day -1, not day -2. That would not be good for our statistics, obviously. It doesn't make much sense. So that will be this one, okay? So you can clearly see how bookings start to come in. We're 7 days in advance first, 7 days before arrival, and then 6, 5, 4, and so on. 1 day before arrival, day 0, the actual arrival check-in day, and then the day after, okay? So we can see how the graph then from here will progress. Day 0 and then day 1. So let's do the same as well for the second one, the orange one. We go back down here, scattered graph, okay? Move it here next to it, right? Here you can see, because we are going actually until 30 days in advance, the scale down here looks slightly different. It goes to -5, so we should adjust that. And I'm also going to give them a different color so we can easily identify that. And I'm going to rename that to Hotel 2 or Booking Curve 2, however you prefer, right? And let me adjust the axis as well, because we don't need to go to here. 35 should do, I think. Yeah, it's fine, because we can see 3, 7 days before, and then 14 and so on. So that should be okay. So this is the scattered graph for those two, okay? That might help you a little bit later for the analysis. And now we're just going to do the smoothed version of both of these. So again, select your data, go to Insert, Scatter Graph, and now I'm going to go with a bit more pointy edges. Oops, a bit too far for here. Right, so again, we're going to name this Hotel 2, or let's call it Booking Curve 2, actually. Booking Curve 2. Again, we're going to just adjust the axis here. Depending how your Excel looks like, you will have the options on the right side or just as a pop-up menu. And the same for Hotel 2 or the orange booking curve. Let's move this here. Not yet. Why did I call this booking curve 2 if it's booking curve 1? There you go. Sorry about that. Then we're going to again give this the orange color. If it works. Orange, thank you. And going to also adjust the axis, because we don't need -5, -1 is enough for us. Okay, So you can see now the two different graphs here. Okay, overall, obviously, apart from the fact that we're looking at different time scales, okay, because 30 days in advance versus 7 days in advance only, you can see that booking curve 2 starts a lot higher, okay, with rooms on hand, and then starts to have a dip and a quite steep decline actually, and then manages to pick up a little bit more again. That's something to investigate and for you to find out in the analysis part. Whereas number 2 steadily starts to increase over time, okay, until you reach certain peak, and then there's just a slight drop from day 0 to and the actual day 0, obviously, and then day 1 we get the actual figure. I'll leave that with you to write your statement why these two booking curves are so different, and what justifications you can find to understand the difference and why these hotels are different, and what can we see in those two booking curves. What are the characteristics here? Thank you very much.